Hello, I decided to make this video today since it's a beautiful day and I don't have much to do during the quarantine, and I thought it would be nice to show my friends my garden, particularly all the ladies that helped me on the North Shore Gardening Facebook page. Thank you so much, Melissa, for setting that up. Here is my front door, and we have a lot of evergreens, but I do manage to work in some bulbs that the bunnies haven't eaten yet. There was quite a few, and they seem to be going. I like to put in some annuals there and some peppers, and I always have lots and lots and lots of Asiatic lilies because they're nice and tall and they smell so good through the front door and the French doors. And so the side here, we just have some little rhododendrons. This hydrangea gets huge. It's the Incredible one, and I cut it pretty far down in the winter, and it is lovely when it grows. And so we have the other side. I have some daylilies, I have some azaleas, and in my window boxes I do spinach and peas and some snapdragons. Got a few more bulbs here. Hyacinths smell really good right now. And I have some roses there, those little tiny ones that are kind of like ground cover roses. These are red, and these are azaleas that are supposed to bloom all summer. They never really do. That are also red. And you guys don't like this plant, but I actually love the color in the fall, so I'm keeping it. I forget the name of it, but it's very prickly. And then I have some struggling hydrangeas. I used to have 3 gorgeous ones here that just stopped working. Probably because this rhododendron is taking over. Actually, it's like 5 rhododendrons in one. I cut it back after it flowers, but it still takes over. And over here, we have the town property that I couldn't help myself. I had to plant something on the town property. My neighbors think I'm crazy. So I have every bulb imaginable. I have little daffodils. I have those little skilla things. I have big daffodils. I used to do a lot of tulips in here. And I have woodruff way in the back there that has little white flowers that smell really pretty. And right under the tree, I have some lungwort, which has pretty pink flowers. That's doing just okay this year. This tree is very hard to grow things under. It sucks up every bit of nutrition. But that goes all the way to my driveway. So I'll turn around again, and we will go around to see my other garden. I have little lilacs here, and I have a path that I actually made myself, which took a long time, very hard. Astilbe goes in here, and then I have some helleborus. I used to have more, but my dog likes to stand in it when he's you know what he's doing when he stands in it. Opening up the gate. This is typically a tulip garden that my dog has demolished, but it's hostas because it's very shaded here. All hostas and some bleeding hearts and some Solomon seal, and it gets very lush. And then we have a mammoth rhododendron that the kids used to climb, and there's a little pathway into our lawn, which is in need of some work. But this is my delight. This is a new bed that I created this past maybe 2 years ago. I see that as soon as I come out my kitchen door, and I love it. When we first moved here, there was not much. There's really close to nothing. We put in little hydrangeas, not the regular kind, the kind that you can cut down. I could never remember the name. And I put in loads of daylilies. And in the back there is that winterberry. It looks really pretty against the yellow in the winter. And I have some roses and lots of Casablanca lilies. They get really tall. And when we open these windows, you can smell them. I am all about the fragrance. I love a good fragrance. So let's just zoom in real quick. Daylilies, some daffodils, and roses. And then we come over here, and this is gotten almost chaotic. Here we have my crazy fruit trees. This one is peaches, and it has a graft of a plum, and it has what's the other one? There's peaches, apricot, I'm not positive. Yeah, apricots, that's what it is. And it has buds on it. I put these in not too long ago. I had them in storage in my bulkhead from January. They were dry, the roots were bare. And this one here is going to be pluettes. It has 4 different kind of flavors. These came from California. I researched the heck out of these, and if I don't get fruit on these in 5 years, I'll be devastated. And this is 4 different kinds of cherries. Hardy and sweet cherries. All the ones you try to buy at Whole Foods, if they're not out. And I've got some of the ground cover roses here, the drift roses, which are an apricot color, which go really good with this brick over here. And more daylilies, and you can just imagine I'm gonna have beans growing up that. So let's go over here. This is my other gate. So when we walk in, this is what you first see. You see that, and then you see this. These are my containers that I've had for 15 years. They are from that place in Vermont, Gardener's Supply. They have little reservoirs in the bottom, and this one has blueberry in it. This one has raspberries in it. What was this raspberry called? The bushel and berry one. It had a funny name. I think it was strawberry shortcake. And here I do my vegetables. I've got lettuce that I started from seed. I have some broccoli, and I have a lot of sugar snaps that are finally trying to come up through there. There's one. And more lettuce. I didn't start this myself. Thankfully somebody else did. And more blueberries and more raspberries. And I love these things. These planters have been with me since my kids were born. We moved here from Chicago, and I had no yard, and so I assumed I'd have to grow things in containers. I was afraid of the natural soil. So I come out here in the morning, I have my coffee, and I look at my garden. And this in the morning is all lit up because the east is coming, sunlight's coming from behind us. And this is what the bunnies are eating on me, these blue flowers. I see some every day. And there is a big, big blueberry that has lots of buds on it. And I'm excited because those are the Elliot, I think, and they are the biggest ones. It could be Chandler. I get them confused. And in here are a lot of hydrangeas. These are the city line hydrangeas that don't get too big. That's Rio, and that one has the prettiest lime and purple and blue flowers. Here we have a cherry tree. You gotta look real close. Let's see if I can zoom in. I just got these also from California, and it is a Rainier cherry, so it's not gonna have it's not gonna do well here. I don't have the right conditions, but I bought it and tried it anyway. I'm gonna train it to fan out, only about 4 branches going up, and I'm gonna keep it shorter than me. I'm only 5'2". And that's all honeysuckle. Different kinds of honeysuckle. And clematis, you say tomato, I say tomato, all along here. And it's very pretty, believe me. This is where I keep my herbs and things that need a little bit of shade, because it only gets eastern sun here. And I have some daylilies in here. I have some stevia. I have all sorts of things that get taller. Just use your imagination. Ooh, this is a great little blueberry plant that doesn't get much bigger. It's called jelly bean, and oh my God, those taste so good. More bulbs. This gets the least amount of sun. It struggles over here, but it'll do all right. And more honeysuckle, which apparently doesn't mind shade. And another cherry. This one, I forget, maybe Bing. I can't remember now. Just got these to keep the bunnies off my lilies, which are right in there. And over here, we have my mammoth strawberry vanilla hydrangea. The cone flowers on this get to be about 1 foot big, but this grows to 9 feet tall. Every year I have to cut it down by 1/3 or more. And this is a bed that we created. When we first moved here, it just had lilies in it. Now it has an espalier pear tree with 4 different kinds of pears. Each branch is different. Some are repeats. And this is an apple, and each branch is a different variety. We have like Gala, we have Spartan, and we have all sorts. In between there's a honeysuckle and a plum. Yes, I did put a plum tree in there and a plum tree in there. And clematis. This whole thing turns into clematis. Clematis. And we have lilies in here. Mostly lilies and a lot of those little hydrangeas again. They're struggling. And then I have my containers that I do all my tomatoes in. And a big, huge honeysuckle back there that I have to cut back every year. It covers that door. It grows all the way to that window some years. And then I have another little tiny plum. Yes, once you start buying fruit trees, beware. You cannot stop. And I have my grill. That right there is a lungwort that I love. It's called raspberry. It has the prettiest little pink flowers. It's struggling under the maple tree, so I'm going to try planting it near rhododendron. And this is my latest purchase. Very excited about this. Just got this from Tractor Supply. This is my trick to keeping the bunnies away. I'm going to be putting in strawberries here. Charlotte strawberries, which are ever blooming, and I'm very excited for that. And I do have a little some peas in the back. This is the gist of it. I come out this door in the morning with my coffee and my puppy. Hi, puppy. Hi, Digby. And this is what I see. And I examine it very carefully every day. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.